Cool.
That works. Hopefully we're recording. Hey everybody, welcome back to Andy Drink Beer. Today we're trying something different, doing a remote episode, a Zoom call. My friend Zach, who is out in South Dakota. And today we are doing the Alaskan Amber, and we both got the same thing, so we can talk about that. I'm going to throw it over to Zach. If you just want to give a little history of your beer drinking experiences, what you like, what you don't, what you look for in a beer.
Hey, what's up, guys? I am Zach, and I am an avid beer drinker, though I can't say I know too much about beer. I've tried so many craft beers throughout my life. I think that my preferred style is something darker and heavier, kind of like stouts and porters. I used to be a big IPA guy, but that kind of I kind of got over that once like every single brewery started doing like 5 different fucking IPAs. But I wouldn't call myself a beer expert, but I have had a lot of beer, and I can probably make some okay notes on this one. I think it's my second time having this, but I don't really remember the first time. So
Okay, cool. I've had it several times. I actually opened one, was drinking it earlier today, but we'll pop open a fresh one if you're ready to go.
Yep, let's do it.
Cool.
So I have my Golden Drock glass. I'm not sure if this is the proper glass to be drinking an amber out of, but
I don't think that's an amber glass. I think amber is just like a straight pint glass.
I think
I
you're
will
right.
be drinking straight out of the container, as is my prerogative. Alaskan Amber Alt Style Ale.
Well, it looks like an amber, of course. Kind of a medium-sized white head.
Looks pretty nice.
Smells
5.3%.
caramelly. Yeah.
Smells what?
Caramelly.
Caramely?
Caramelly. I'm sorry.
We say caramel in Minnesota. None of that caramel shit.
Yep, it tastes like kind of like toasted caramel.
Yeah, the
bready.
The caramel malts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's definitely on the maltier side.
It is. It is malty. It's bready. Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Like toasted grain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, biscuity.
Mm-hmm. That's good. This is high drinkability, or whatever you want to call it. I could easily drink a 6-pack of these.
I would call that drinkability, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, that's nice.
I can and have finished 6-packs of these before. I know my dad is a big fan of this too.
Yeah, this is I'm not a huge amber fan, but this is one of the better ones that I've tried for sure.
Mm-hmm. This and Bell's is nice.
Oh yeah,
amber.
Yep. Bell's is a great brewery.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Their brown ale is probably one of my favorite beers ever. Their best brown.
I'm a big fan of their what is it? Two Hearted?
Yeah, Two Hearted.
That's a great one.
And then there's some variation on Two Hearted where it's like Four Hearted or something. It's their double IPA.
That sounds good.
But yeah, Two Hearted, that I remember when that first made it to Minnesota, and like everybody was like shitting their pants over it. It's like, oh my gosh, so much hops. Blah, blah, blah. It kind of is. But yeah, Bell's does a really nice job.
Yeah. I was saying I'm not a huge fan of IPAs, but that's one of the few IPAs that I really, really enjoy.
Yeah, it's not. It has balance.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of breweries these days especially newer ones that are kind of inexperienced. They kind of think, what's an IPA? It just has to be super hoppy, right? And they just want to make the hoppiest IPA possible. That's just, that's gross. Just
Mhm.
like bunches of hop extract.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Or they'll if they do try to do a stout, they'll be like, and we're gonna throw peanut butter in it, and we're gonna throw banana in it. It's like, but it was fine on its own.
Yeah, exactly. Like I hate gimmicky beers. That's a
Yeah,
big thing that I just can't stand. And
I
that's a big thing with stouts is like, yeah, it has to be like some kind of like dessert cheesecake stout. Like, oh, dude, just
right, but
yeah.
like a good stout already has that like
Right.
kind of chocolate milkshake
Yeah,
flavor,
exactly.
but with a little bitterness behind it.
Yep. Well, I would give this a as far as ambers go,
Mm-hmm.
8 out of 10. It's a
Okay,
very good amber. Very, very solid.
I would give it a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll drink it again for sure.
Yep. I think I will too.
It's a little on the pricier side, but not too not too out of reach. I think I it was $9
Uh-huh.
for a 6 pack.
That's not too bad. I mean, like I got a excuse me, one of those variety packs, as you know, and
Mhm.
that was like 10, $11. So
No.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that you couldn't find. I think one of the other beers that I got in that 6 pack was the Boulevard Wheat. I'm surprised you can't find that over there. It seems like it's a pretty
I I
popular beer.
I think we can find the Boulevard. We can find Boulevard wheat in bars and restaurants,
Oh,
but
gotcha.
I haven't seen it at any liquor stores. I haven't really looked for it at any liquor stores though.
Yeah,
Um, I didn't see it at the last two I went to, and I
gotcha.
was like, well, but here's Alaskan Amber, so that problem solved. Um, yeah, I know that's out of Kansas City, and I think it's more common to find the pale ale that they do up here.
Okay. I think that all that I've ever had is the wheat, and
Okay.
I was mostly unimpressed, but it's okay.
Yeah, I know their pale ale is pretty good. It's nothing like mind blowing or anything, but it does come in I think 15 or 30 pack bottles, which is
Oh wow,
kind of strange. I mean, it's kind of an awkward size to carry around.
it is. Yeah, 15 packs is that's pretty strange.
Hmm. I mean, 15
So,
can is fine.
oh yeah. So, what's a local brewery that you enjoy? Because there's not really any over here that I'm a big fan of.
Oh yeah. Um, my favorite's probably Summit.
Okay,
Um,
yeah,
they've been around since 1986 out of St. Paul. Um, and I don't know. Summit's nice because all their beer, you can tell it's them. Um, me and my brother kind of joke around like all the Summit beers are the same, just some have different coloring or flavoring in it. Where it all just like you'll try their porter and you're like, oh yeah, that's Summit. Or you'll try the EPA. You're like, oh yep, that's Summit. And I think it's
yeah.
something about the water in St. Paul has all the Minneapolis shit in it. Gives
Oh,
it that
sure.
distinctive edge. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
there's
so many breweries out here, and like they're
so
so expensive and kind of pretentious, just like up their own ass about like we're doing such great things, but it's like
Yeah.
Are you though?
That's what it's like around here too. There's just a lot of like we don't really have any older breweries here. It's all, in like the past 5, like 10 years max.
Yeah.
And they're all, very much the, um uh young, like yuppies even. Don't really know much about beer. Just kind of like, jumped in on this trend.
Hmm.
And it's very, very much all the same, 10 IPAs, a crappy stout or like a crappy fucking porter with, bananas in it or whatever.
Hmm.
And it's just all, I went on this little brewery trip with my friends and around the Black Hills. And it was just all, it was like, I can't tell the fucking difference,
Right.
And that's, kind of, I mean, I've been to other states, like done the same thing. And there's like 1 or 2 great breweries and then the rest are just these, hyper generic, uninteresting, unremarkable,
Yeah.
nondescript.
And it's not like they're making, like, by and large, they're not making bad beer.
Yeah.
It's just not it eye grabbing, tongue grabbing.
Tongue grabbing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not interesting. It's just kind of
Yeah.
like drinking beer shouldn't be boring.
Agreed. Yeah.
And especially when you are going out and paying those craft beer prices where it's not picking up a 6-pack for $10. It's $10 gets you 2 beers maybe.
Yep.
And that's when it
Yep.
starts to be like, well, but it's not really doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they all seem to have, a very, very similar environment too. They all have like the same chairs and like the same like lighting. I don't know. It's like it's almost like there's some kind of yuppie craft beer supply store they all go to.
I think that's true. Because I've seen like shit pop up in my Facebook ads, like refurbished wood wall paneling, and like it's like, oh, this looks like every fucking shitty generic brewery
Yeah.
in Minneapolis or in Madison or in Sioux Falls or wherever it is. It's kind of like they looked at the beer culture in Colorado and
Mm-hmm.
Oregon, and everyone's just like, rip that off.
Yeah.
We want
Yep.
the like quirky paintings on the wall, and we want, but it's almost like Benniganized.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep. I
it's like, yeah,
agree. And
this is cool once or twice, but when you see the same shit over and over and over and over, yeah.
yeah, it's so surreal, because I go to a brewery here and then I go to see my brother in Maine and then I
Mhm.
go to see my other brother in like Gainesville or in Santa Fe. And it's like, it's the same, it's the same goddamn brewery.
Oh
And
shit.
it's very, very strange. But that's the way she goes. I'm a big fan of Hammerheart. I'm not sure if you know them. They're
Oh
close to where you are, I think.
yeah. Um, it's like Viking themed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Old Norse mythology themed.
Yeah.
That's out of, I want to say that's out of Forest Lake, but it might be a little north of that. That's like 20 minutes away,
Okay, yeah.
half an hour
So
away.
it's pretty close, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddies, uh, Paul from Red Nebula Records, brought me some. I forget what it was a couple weeks ago, but it was like super. It was like a dark, like super super smoky stout from them.
Okay.
Really really tasty, and all their stuff is like they focus, I think, more on like stouts and like Scotch ales and stuff like that. And
Oh,
I'm a
tight.
huge fan of all that.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of, I also got uh Old Chub from Oscar Blues, which I'm also surprised you can't get over there.
Uh,
They seem to be
that
super huge.
that's yeah, Oscar Blues. There's a distribution deal. I don't know if it's still active, but it was some deal like um Summit wouldn't move into Colorado territory if Oscar Blues didn't move into Summit territory.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Uh,
that
yeah.
happens quite a bit.
And I mean, I get it. Like, I'm very much an advocate for drinking what you can locally.
Hmm.
Kind of
Yeah,
keep that money in the community, even though like there's no ethical consumption. We
right.
all know this.
Of course.
Um, but yeah, kind of like how you were talking about, like, you go to a brewery there, you go to a brewery in Maine or New Mexico, and it's all the same. Um, if you don't keep beers local, I don't know. It's kind of that same thing where it's just like, oh, and then I see an IPA, and then I see the same IPA over and over and over.
Right.
Um,
Yep.
I don't know. I'm no beer expert either. I'm no business major.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Same. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. I know that it's there are so many factors at play that lead to
Mm-hmm.
these across the board unremarkable breweries and beers. But yeah, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure um, how to combat that aside from just supporting good beer and not even giving these guys the time of day. I mean, if you can't make a good beer, you kind of deserve to either change or fail. That is the free market after all, right? Which we all are absolute advocates of.
Yeah. No, I mean, you definitely have a point there. Adapt or die. Um, and who knows? Maybe in 6 months' time, IPAs, um, excuse me, um, aren't going to be the top thing anymore.
Sure. Well, I've noticed that sours are super, super big right now, and
Mm-hmm.
I like sours.
And
I'm a
10 years
fan,
ago,
but
how many sours could you find?
right. Yep.
Yeah.
Um, one of my favorite breweries down in Denver, True Brewing,
Okay.
does a fuckload of sours now. And
Interesting.
I wasn't a huge fan before I went to them, and they kind of turned me on to them.
Okay.
Um, I'm not a fan of like stuff like lambics. It's just a lot of these taste too much like a wine beer, which is kind of what they are. But
I'm sorry,
I want to drink
you cut
wine,
out a little bit there. What a what beer?
like a wine beer.
Oh, a wine beer. Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to drink wine whenever I want to drink wine. But that kind of like sour fruitiness doesn't always do it for me.
Sure.
So it really depends. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't say I'm a huge fan of the lambics either.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's an unpopular opinion in the beer world, but a lot of these like doubles and triples from Belgium,
Hmm.
it's too much. They're too like in your face.
Yeah. Yeah. They're I'm trying to think. Chimay,
Mm-hmm.
that's a decent one. Um, all of the Trappist breweries, like the real Trappist breweries,
Yeah.
are okay for me. But there's a lot of there's like a Golden Monkey beer. I forget who brews that. But that's a triple, I think, and that is I can have like one of those. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay, but like it is yeah. It's so intense. It's so heavy, and it's like 9-10% alcohol. It's like, dude, this is just it's really it's a lot.
Yeah. Um, I remember going down to the Avery Brewery in
Hmm.
Boulder, Colorado, a
Yeah.
few years ago, and they had a Grand Cru there, and it was like 18%. It had been like
Jesus.
aged in port barrels, and I remember like I didn't even get a full serving of it. I just got a sample size, because that's another weird thing about breweries in the Denver area is like you can get as many samples as you want, but they're like a buck or a buck and a half each.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got a sample and I drank it and I was like, all right, that's enough for me on that.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I feel too. I mean, they're good beers. Like
Hmm.
I do enjoy the taste, but it is overwhelming. It's like, uh, I don't know, having a full meal of like bacon. It's like, I can't do it. Give
Hmm.
me like 3 or 4 strips. That's all that I can handle.
Sure, sure. Um, you want to play either or?
Sure. So how does this game work?
Okay, so you've played Would You Rather?
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing. So
Okay.
I'll ask you two things, and it's either blank or blank,
Okay.
and then you just answer.
All right. That sounds
We'll
good.
do, we'll do a speed round. So cool.
All right. I'm ready.
Hippies or hipsters?
Hipsters.
At the drive-in or sunny day real estate?
I don't know. At the drive-in,
You don't know at the drive-in?
I don't know either. So I'm gonna go
Oh,
with the first one.
gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Either one's correct.
Okay.
Brown liquor or clear?
Clear.
Clear?
Yeah.
Vodka or gin?
Vodka.
Interesting. Interesting. If you are drinking brown liquor, is it bourbon or scotch?
Bourbon.
Irish or Canadian?
Irish.
Indica or sativa?
Indigo.
Biggie or Tupac?
Tupac.
The used or the exploited?
Exploited.
Apple pie, the dessert, or apple pie, the shot?
Dessert.
Cherry pie, the dessert, or cherry pie, the song by Warren?
The song.
Nice, nice. Um, all right, and then this is, what do you think the worst 90s revival was? Ska, swing, or rockabilly?
Definitely rockabilly.
Nice. Best power ballad?
I'll have to come back to that. That's a hard one. That's a
Okay.
really hard one.
What's the best Great Lake?
Don't know. Haven't been to any of them.
Oh, sad. Which president should be blasted off of Mount Rushmore first?
Oh, geez. I think Washington.
Yeah?
That's a good start.
All right. That's all I got. Oh, best power ballad.
Yeah. I still got to think on that one.
That's fine.
I'll come back to that.
Sure. Yeah, that's all I got. That's
Okay.
all I scripted for this show.
Well, that was fun. So, what are your conclusions about the kind of person that I am based on the answers that I've given you, aside from the power ballad?
I think you need to listen to At the Drive-In
Okay.
and Sunny Day Real Estate.
What kind of music is that? Like, I don't even know.
So At the Drive-In, it's like I don't know. I guess like post hard, like late '90s post hardcore.
Okay.
Um,
That's what it's. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, At the Drive-In broke up and formed the Mars Volta. So
Okay. Gotcha. I've heard some of them.
okay, and then
Uh,
Sunny Day Real Estate is like mid '90s emo core, I guess.
okay.
But I've been listening to Diary from Sunny Day Real Estate a lot at work lately. And it's just kind of it's nice. It's atmospheric with nice breakdowns.
Word. Yeah. You should send me some links.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm more than happy to check that out.
I'll throw some links in the comments or the description of this video when I figure out how to upload it. And yeah, I don't know. Anything you want to plug?
Actually, yeah. So my buddies from Denver, they're called Vulgarian. They're like metal, um, hardcore. I don't know. Um, what is? Let's see what Metal Archives calls them, sludge/black metal/punk. Anyway, they have a new album called Human Scum coming out on the 30th. This is their previous album, but they're fucking awesome. It's very much leftist, and if you're into that kind of stuff, like the punk, sludge kind of stuff, check them out for sure.
Nice.
And that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll
Vulgarian.com or Vulgarian, I don't know, Facebook.com/Vulgarian. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, if you send me the link, I'm happy to throw that.
For sure.
Too.
Yeah, I absolutely will.
Vulgarian. Everyone check out Vulgarian. At first, I thought you said Bulgarian. I was like, that's a weird name for a
band called Bulgarian.
Like,
that's where they're from.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if it's like Boston or Kansas or Chicago, like, yeah, fine, you can do that. But
yeah,
I don't know. If it's a bunch of like Frenchmen calling themselves Bulgarian,
right.
That's a little problematic. I think.
I would say so,
yeah. I don't know what I'm looking around for. Like I have a script or something.
So have you considered doing this with like two other people, one other person,
I have. And I wanted just to kind of figure out the logistics behind recording and uploading.
Yeah.
Before I waste a bunch of people's time. So I'm just going to waste your time.
Oh, that's, well, I mean, yeah. I have all the time in the fucking world, man.
Right on. I also know Zoom will cut the meeting time to 40 minutes if there's more than 2 people. So it's a thought. It's definitely something I'm looking into.
Okay.
I'd like to. I think that would be a fun thing to do. It's like a roundtable discussion.
So I'm not sure if you've seen any of my podcast episodes, but like I use something called StreamYard, and you can do like I think up to like 8 or 10 people.
Oh, okay.
And like you can also do like a text at the bottom and like videos and like all this cool stuff. So might be something to look into. I'm not getting paid by them. It's called a StreamYard.
StreamYard. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I have a pen? Cool. You'll have to remind me of that later.
For sure, I will.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, dude, yeah, it's been fun, and this is a good beer. I'm glad that we chose this one, or that I chose this one, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good amber, and I will definitely be buying again. And yeah.
Nice. Well, we can. I'm gonna stop recording.
Sure.
If